I don't think they could follow us. You all right?
Not too well. I need to understand what happened. Somebody's got to know something.
I'm really sorry, kid. I know what you're going through and why you need answers, but my priority is for us to survive, too. We gotta find a place to hide out. I had somewhere not far from here back in the day, so let's go see if it's still there.
Okay, you're probably right. Roy, I've never felt this way. I'm so fucking angry, yet I can't even cry.
I understand, I promise. We'll go find Charity after. If anyone knows anything about a rebel or resistance movement, it's her.
Thanks. Really, thank you. You seem to be making a habit of saving my life.
Forget it. Come on, let's go.
handsome Roy is back. And with a cute little boy, too. Care to introduce us?
Charity, this is Innocence. Innocence, this is Charity, the great lady of Shadowlair.
A great lady. Don't listen to him, boy. I used to be a whore. Nothing more. But I don't keep my ears plugged.
That's kind of why we came to see you. We'd like to know what happened to some former members of the militia.
Former militia? His family, I suppose. Poor kid. Pretty much all of them were arrested in a single night. No one knows what happened to them after.
I imagine there's a kind of a resistance movement, seeing what the government's like. Kid wants to get in touch with them.
You know, they're a secret society, and a secret society is, well, secret, you see? They don't exactly carry signs saying who they are. It'll take time. And I need a favor. A friend of mine disappeared. And she's not the kind of girl anyone files a missing person on, if you see what I mean. She left a while back to go to Tierville, and she never came back. Find her, Roy, and I'll find the resistance for you.
In the shopping district, huh? All right, I'll take care of it.
Hey, psst. I got lots of great stuff to trade or sell. You got serum?
A little. I got a few questions. You heard anything about the Resistance?
Yeah, of course. But they keep pretty much to themselves. To be honest, I don't know if I should kiss those guys or kick them. They do a hell of a lot of damage. They're even called terrorists most of the time. And sometimes it's true that with the government we got now, makes you feel like cheering them on. Hi. What was... Hi.
Show me.
All that technomancy shit for just one guy. Man, it would suck to be him.
guess.
Come on, let's go.
Get that bastard!
We should be okay now, but we're gonna need information, and I figure we're gonna need charity for that.
Roy, looks like you're back in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?
Everyone in the city's getting checked right now, and I need papers to get into Tierville.
I heard there's a guy does papers in the north neighborhood, but the place is a real dump. So be careful. There's lots of gangs, and they ain't nice.
Thanks. I'll see what I can...
Hey, you, sir. Listen, do you think you could help me out?
Problem?
You can say that again, but I think you're the guy for the job. From what I've seen, you're not the kind scared of duking it out with scumbags.
I'm not planning on making a career out of it.
Of course, but it's for a good cause, see? There's this gang of junkies that's set up in my workshop. I can't go there anymore. And if I can't work, well, I can't earn a living. I'll pay you, of course.
So I get a bunch of addicts out of your place. Then what?
Then I'll give you some serum, of course. And if you ever need a hand, you just let me know. Turnabout and all that, right?
All right, I'll go see those squatters.
Thank you so much. I owe you. And actually, I'm the craftsman around here.
Roy, wandering evictor. Later.
Don't you take me for a fool, Chance. I can see you've been taking it again. You're looking for trouble? Last time wasn't enough?
Yeah, right. They'll let us go in the end. Hire or not, they don't give a shit about us.
Hey, anyway, this place is the perfect hangout. We'll be quiet here.
You're stopping Mr. Frugality from working. And the soldiers only let you go because I begged the lieutenant, all right? We work together, but he won't keep looking the other way forever.
Mom, don't make me look bad in front of my friends. Leave us the fuck alone, man.
Yeah, Mom. Stop making him look bad and go suck your lieutenant off. And tell him he didn't see nothing, huh?
Hey, shut the fuck up, man.
What? Who are you?
The name's Roy. I was sent here to get the workshop back to its rightful owner.
I knew it. The perfect hangout, huh? Please don't hurt them. They're just kids.
They look old enough to stand and walk to the door, unless maybe they want to crawl.
But they don't know what they're doing. That drug makes them that way. They have no idea what they're doing. To other people and themselves.
Are you suggesting I let a guy who didn't do a thing pay for them?
No, of course not. That's not what I meant. But violence will only make things worse. I can hardly get through to my son. Please, they're just kids. Go after the ones who take advantage of them instead.
So basically, you want me to take out their dealer? I don't really see how that's any of my business.
They're squatting here to hide, and because their dealer's nearby. If you cut off their supply, you'll be creating a long-term answer to your problem, and you'll be saving lives.
All right, I'll go find the dealer. Just don't make me regret it.
Oh, thank you. Believe me, they'll react fast. I'm a nurse, and I know the effects of all these drugs only too well. Their dealer's called Serenity, I think. He has a place in the shanty. I'll show you on your map.
All right, I'll go pay him a visit.
They say technomancers are doing raids downtown.
Serenity, I presume?
You presume too much. If you don't know who you're dealing with, you got no business here.
I know who I'm dealing with. That's why I came to see you. To ask you to stop selling your shit to Chance and his gang. Ask being a euphemism, if you even know what that means.
A feminism, huh? Funny. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I'm the one asking. I'm asking you to leave real fast, or your head'll be asking to get kicked in. If you even know what that means.
I see you're having trouble hearing me. But with a couple of kicks, I should be able to force another way into your skull.
What? Okay, guys, I want to see him bleeding all over. Hey, dude, chill. You were right. We just had some misunderstanding. But it's all cool now. Not one more hit for Chance and those guys, I swear. They can go by somewhere else, and good riddance.
That's good. I was sure we could come to a mutual understanding.
Halt! Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
You want something?
What's going on around here? Why is the army checking everybody?
You think the place was run by the people? What planet you from? Mars never had anything like that, and it's not the day after we win a war by some trick that everything's gonna change. The army's checking everybody's identity, especially on the main roads. If you don't have the right papers, the only thing you can do is join the wildlife in the slums. But that's not the way out of the city.
Okay, how can I get legit papers?
Honestly? No idea.
No need to be honest. I was thinking about something more in your league. Fake ID papers, for example?
Funny guy. And you don't give up, huh? Listen, if you want papers that'll do the trick, you need a forger worthy of the name. And the only one I've heard is under a lot of pressure right now.
Maybe I could help you let off some steam.
You think so? You can always try. I guess if you do good, he'd probably return the favor. Dressed like an escaped prisoner the way you are, you probably couldn't afford him otherwise anyway.
I'm listening.
Well, it seems someone ratted on the guy. Now he's got soldiers all over him, turning his workshop upside down.
So they might find something.
Well, he ain't exactly stupid, you know? He just doesn't leave evidence lying around the house. But now they're on him. They'll never let up. They'll keep his place on the watch until they got something they can get their teeth into.
So what do you suggest?
Me? Nothing. But as long as those soldiers are sitting in the guy's workshop, the production line's hardly about to start up again. No, you'd have to get rid of them if you wanted him to help you. But I just might happen to have a few interesting bits and pieces myself. Bunch of evidence. Pretty convincing. If the army found it in some gang's hangout, for example, everyone would be breathing a little easier.
That's a good tip. All right, I'll go visit the workshop, and I'll decide once I get there. Later.
Halt! Stop right there. We're conducting a search.
If it's your brain you're hoping to find here, forget it. You never had one.
So?
You can use your workshop again.
Ha! Good work, Roy. How'd you do it?
Old school. Use my hands. Sometimes not.
You sure didn't use your head. I'm not too sure kicking the shit out of them in the middle of a search is gonna make them think there's nothing suspicious about the place.
The workshop's clear. For now.
Yeah. Our guy can get back to work.
You gonna keep that up for a while?
Do I look like I'm playing games? Okay, if you got no more questions, I'll get back down to work. You know where to find me now. Hey, thanks for helping me out.
So, you got forged papers for me?
Forged? What for? Here are your papers, Mr. Resilience. You must have left them here the last time.
What was I thinking? You and Tranquility know each other?
Enough to know he's real smart. But I know how to keep my mouth shut. Not like him. He used to organize fights, but couldn't pay me what I want. Since then, he sends me customers when they seem reliable. He's almost never wrong. I'll give him that.
You fight?
So I can come up against someone like you? No thanks. I'm happy enough just betting. My fingers and eyes are too valuable. I need them to work with.
You and Tranquility. Later.
Hey, Roy. Lose something?
Later. The access looks blocked for them. The access looks blocked for the moment.
Beware, brothers. Magical men full of anger are patrolling the neighborhood.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong?
This city's a fucking nightmare now. You can't go 3 feet without a patrol stopping you. There's a checkpoint up ahead. They're stopping everybody. And I would just get my papers stolen.
There any way around the checkpoint?
Not to where I'm going. There's always a way to get replacement papers, of course. But the guy who does them's kind of hard to find, you know? The authorities are on his ass big time.
The war's over, so why check everyone?
Well, I guess it's because of politics. I probably shouldn't say this to someone I don't know, but the technomancers didn't make too many friends when they took out the militia. Now there's a resistance. Guys against the authorities. That's why we got all these checkpoints. That and because it seems there's some guy in town who's on the run. I even heard that the technomancers hired a bounty hunter to track him down. But, well, you know. Anyway, none of it's good for business.
You said something about a guy who does papers. Wouldn't know where he hangs out, would you?
I run a bar, so I hear things. But look, I'll tell you if you get ID for me too.
Yeah, okay, I'll get some for you. So, where can I find him?
Thanks, buddy. He's hiding out in the north neighborhood, where the gangs run the place. You be careful, it's pretty hot there.
Later.
Papers?
Here you go.
Everything looks okay. You can...
look at my merchandise, sir? I sell the best quality at the best price.
Show me what you got to sell. Hi. Looks like you work here.
You don't miss a trick, do you? I ensure the security of this merchant right here. What do you want?
The neighborhood's really that dangerous for your merchant to need a security guard for him alone?
The place is not worse than the other, but it still is a shopping district. There's always some petty larceny, and it's not like we can count on the authorities any longer. So the merchants around hire guys like me, because they can afford it.
See you later. The access looks blocked for the moment. The access looks blocked for the moment.
Hey, Roy. Lose something?
Tranquility needs no identity papers.
Oh, you mean the guy who told the first guy who came walking along where to find me while they were looking for me.
That first guy helped you get your workshop back.
And I helped him out in return. I don't work for glory, my man. I got operating expenses, and I'm still not safe yet, seeing as how you decided to take care of things. So if you want papers for your bartender buddy, you gotta help out with the war effort a bit. Let's just call it fair trade.
All right. Fair trade, right?
Exactly. Everybody has papers, and I have my serum. Seems fair to me.
Later.
You got my papers? I can't spend the rest of my life here. I got a business to run.
Here you go. Your, well, the papers you asked for.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. I'd never be back in my workshop if it hadn't been for you. You saved my life, you know?
Surely you'll return the favor. I went for a non-violent approach. At least with them. They decided to leave the place on their own.
Yeah, well, they didn't look real happy. They even threatened me. But at least they left. Guess I should think about getting some kind of weapon. I gotta be able to protect myself.
Might be a good idea, you know? The scumbags around here may not be hard to impress, but if you don't show a few teeth, you'll sleep outside again and they'll just walk all over you.
Ah, you got that right. I'll go equip myself.
What's the deal with this place? How'd it become the hangout for all the addicts in Shadowlair?
Not all of them, really. But if I told you this part of the city used to be really happy and lively, well, that'd be a happy and lively pile of crap. I've been living here for 40 years now, and it's only ever been a slum. The slum, like everyone calls it. Even if none of the other parts of town are all that great either. Anyway, it still found a way to go downhill. People weren't real happy, that's for sure, but they at least didn't go getting all violent like that. They got sold a dream, and they were let down.
I gotta admit, I don't really see why you stick around this dump.
We moved here nearly 40 years ago, my wife and I. Wasn't the lap of luxury, but we couldn't really afford anything else. And there were things to do around here at the time. She was an artist, you know? I just ran the store. Compared to what she could do with her hands, the technomancers were nothing. She was a real magician. She's not here anymore. But I can't leave our workshop. We built it together. I'd have liked to know the place was going to survive both of us. If we'd had a kid, that would have been what we wanted more than anything. Well, almost anything.
I see. Since you've been living here, you must have heard about Charity, I guess.
Of course. Great woman. I don't even want to think what things would be like around here without her.
I suppose so.
It's not what you think. She's got good company, that's for sure, but that's not all she does. You know?
Really?
May seem like an old-fashioned idea, but she's a good person. She helps people. And has enough influence so things run pretty much smoothly, even though the militia disappeared. It's sure not the Source or its soldiers who are going to do that for us. Hooker or not, it's people like her that we need, not them. Maybe Wisdom and his guard dog should try selling their bodies to see what it's like. They could do with a change of perspective. I mean, don't go repeating that, of course. You tend to relax a bit when the cat's not around.
No problem. I can't even think of how to fit it into a conversation. Later.
Roy.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. What do you want?